Akwasa?
C.
C is incorrect. St. Peter's, you want this for a bonus? You're passing. The answer to the question is 2 raised to the power 700. St. Peter's, which of these numbers is the largest? 2 raised to the power 2,500. 3 raised to the power 2,000. C is 4 raised to the power 1,500. And D is 5 raised to the power 1,000. Me?
C.
C is incorrect. Presec? Yes.
B.
B is correct. Presec, this is your major question. A woman was born in the 19th century. On her birthday in 1922, her age was equal to the last 2 digits of her birth year. In what year was she born? Akwasa?
1861.
Is correct. St. Peter's. In the year 2002, Evelyn noticed that her age was equal to the sum of the digits of her birth year. If she was born in the 20th century, how old was she in 2002? Me?
1980.
1980 is incorrect. Presec.
Pass.
The answer is 20 years. 20 years. The question is, how old was she in 2002? Presec, this is your major question. A player has a 3/4 chance of making a basket. If they take 3 shots, what is the probability they make exactly 2? Akwasa?
27/64.
That's correct. St. Peter's. A seed has a 1/2 chance of growing. If you plant 5 seeds, what is the probability that at least 1 grows? Me?
5/32.
5/32 is incorrect. Presec
31/32.
is the correct answer. Contestants, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of round 2. At the end of round 2, contestants, ladies and gentlemen, this is what the scoreboard says. It says that St. Peter's Boys Senior High School, they had 40 points. Presbyterian Boys Secondary School with 65 points. Contestants, it's a good time to welcome you to round 3. Ladies and gentlemen, round 3 is also known as the Needle Iron for Focus round. In this round, the question is posed to both schools. At any point while the question is being read, the school can buzz into answer. If they get it wrong, it's a bonus worth 10 points, but a penalty of 5 points. If they get their bonus answer wrong, it is also worth a penalty of 5 points. To the two schools, please have your answer ready once you buzz. Listen to this carefully. A researcher uses a restriction enzyme that recognizes a 6-base pair palindromic sequence, assuming a random DNA sequence with equal base frequencies. Approximately, how often would this restriction site occur? A, every 256 base pairs. B, every 1,024 base pairs. C, every 4,096 base pairs. And D, every 16,384 base pairs. The answer I'm looking for is C. To the two schools. CRISPR-Cas9 gene editing relies on which component for targeting a specific DNA sequence? A, a protein that recognizes the DNA sequence directly. B, a guide RNA complementary to the target DNA. C, random integration of the Cas9 enzyme. And D, homologous recombination. St. Peter's?
B.
B is correct. To the two schools. A researcher blocks the Calvin cycle by inhibiting Rubisco. What immediate effect will this have on the light reactions? A, light reactions will stop because NADP plus will not be regenerated. B, light reactions will continue unchanged. C, light reactions will produce more oxygen. D, light reactions will switch to cyclic photophosphorylation only. Presec.
B.
B is incorrect. B is incorrect. The answer is A. A is the correct answer. To the two schools. In nucleotide excision repair in humans, what is the size of the excised oligonucleotide containing the damaged DNA? A, 1 nucleotide. B, 2 to 5 nucleotides. C, 12 to 13 nucleotides. And D, 24 to 32 nucleotides. St. Peter's?
B.
Say again?
B.
B is incorrect. The correct answer is D. D is the correct answer. To the two schools. A convergent lens has a focal length of 10 centimeters. An object is placed 5 centimeters from the lens. What are the image characteristics? A, real inverted magnified. B, real inverted diminished. C, virtual upright magnified. And D, virtual upright diminished. Presec.
C.
Is correct. To the two schools. I sit silently between your device and the entire internet. I inspect every packet of data entering and leaving. I can be configured to block social media in a school or hide a soldier's location in a war. Government in some countries use me to control what their citizens can see. I was invented to protect freedom, and I am also used to take it away. What am I? I think it was after the bell. The answer is a firewall. To the two schools, which programming concept allows a function to call itself? A, looping. B, iteration. C, recursion. Jason.
C
is correct. To the two schools, I loved the air. I weighed it, named it parts, and lost my head to the revolution. Before the blade,
Antoine Lavoisier.
Antoine
Lavoisier.
is incorrect. Before the blade fell, I proved that Mars is never lost or gained in a chemical reaction. Across the channel, a dissenting minister discovered the very gas I called oxygen, though he called it dephlogisticated air, and never fully understood what he held. Together, we lifted the veil from the invincible. What am I known for? A, discovering oxygen. B, formulating the law of conservation. He was an Irish-born Scottish physicist who contributed significantly to thermodynamics. I introduced a scale that begins at absolute zero, where molecular motion is minimal. My work on submarine telegraphy made me wealthy and famous, and I was raised to the peerage for my contributions to science and engineering. I opposed Darwin's theory of evolution, arguing that the Earth was not old enough for natural selection to work. My collaborator in thermodynamics was a German physicist who independently formulated the second law, and together we put the science of heat on a firm mathematical foundation. Who am I? Jason.
William Thompson.
Is correct. The last question to end round 3. A cube of wood, 0.5 meters on each side, floats in water with 0.1 meters above the surface. What is the density of the wood? Density of water is equal to 1,000. Presec.
800 kilograms per cubic meter.
Is correct. Contestants, ladies and gentlemen, that is round 3 for you. You can leave the lunch. Adinra?
THE, spelling Tepiscorian.
It's correct. It's correct. Thank you, mathematics. Mathematics, please join us. Please add your name tag, eh? Could you move to the closest podium? Contestants, in mathematics, you have 30 seconds within which to answer. Johnson has a set of 10 pebbles showing the integers from 0 to 9, inclusive. In how many ways can you form 5 pairs such that each pair sums to an odd number? Agosa.
162 ways.
162
62.
is incorrect. The answer is 1 120. To the two schools, 2 standard dice are stacked on a table, one on top of the other. The touching faces have the same number. Only 9 faces are visible. The bottom face of the bottom die is hidden as well. The sum of the visible faces is 31. What is the number on the touching faces? Me?
5.
Incorrect. Akosa?
4.
It's correct. Science. Jason and Justice, welcome. Listen to this carefully. Justice, could you move to the first lectern for me? Please listen carefully. I do not store your files, but without me, you cannot find them. I translate names into numbers every time you visit a website. Hackers sometimes poison me to redirect you to fake websites. If I fail globally, much of the internet becomes unreachable, even if all the websites still exist. I'm the internet's phone book and almost... Jason.
IP address.
IP address is incorrect. I am the internet's phone book and almost no one knows I exist. What am I? Justice.
Internet archive.
No. The answer is the domain name system. To the two schools, this man's final book was a discourse on the study of motion and the study of materials titled Two New Sciences. The publication of this man's dialogue concerning the two chief world systems led to him being condemned by the Inquisition of his heliocentrism. Heliocentrism. For the point, name the scientist who?
Nicolaus Copernicus.
That is incorrect. For the point, name the scientist who observed a group of namesake moons of Jupiter.
Galileo Galilei.
Is the correct answer. General knowledge. Ralph and Yao, good to see you. In general knowledge, identify this personality. Ralph.
Petty Hexet.
Is correct. And the next question in this round, identify this personality as well. Ralph.
Kemi Badenoch.
That's incorrect.
Pass.
Her name is Madame Golda Andam Idria, the headmistress of Swesco. Put your hands together for the contestants. All other contestants can join us.